Hello, everybody. This is the how to analyze in Excel video. So basically, what we're going to be doing in Excel is just getting a place for your data. You also can look at correlation, like how something relates to another variable. And then you're also going to look for homogeneity with scatter plots. These are rough scatter plots. You wouldn't use these in a paper. These are just to see and look if you have outliers or if you have groupings. So you're going to come over here. You're going to have your data. You're going to come over here to insert scatter plot. And now you just have this blank graph. So you're going to want to select your data. So you're going to want to enter a legend series. You're going to name it your whatever your data is. So here we have our PSQI for session 2. Your X values are going to be your participants. And then your Y values are going to be the data for that variable, so our PSQI data. And you're going to click OK. So there's our graph. Zoom in a little bit. So now what we're going to do is we could probably name this title a little bit more descriptive. So our PSQI for session 2 for participant. So then now we're going to want to add our chart elements that'll be a little bit more descriptive. So you're going to add your axis titles for X and Y. You're going to add your data labels. I normally do left or right. Sometimes center gets kind of confusing. Let's go left. So that adds which participant it was. And then error bars don't really matter here. You're going to add a legend. Normally I do it to the right because it gives you a lot of more white space over here. And then for these type of scatter plots, a trend line is not necessary. So we're going to name this. This is our PSQI score. Down here is our participants. So basically, what we're going to do is add the descriptives over here. Just so whoever you're presenting it to, they'll know like some of the variability, the mean, maybe a cutoff score if you're grouping. So I'm going to do this. We're going to add a text box and insert shapes. So this first text box we're going to add is for the descriptives. So mean equals 4.0667. Our standard deviation equals 1.7915. And then we're going to have our n value, n equals 15. And so now that we have that, we can look for groupings. So really, we don't have a whole lot of, we don't have two distinguished groups, but we do have a cutoff score that we can use that is based with the PSQI. It is basically anything greater than 5 is considered moderately poor, mildly poor sleep. So we're going to go over here to format and add another text box that will have the cutoff score is greater than 5. And then, so above the cutoff, n equals, and below n equals. So now we're going to make it a little bit easier to look at, we're going to add a box at above 5. And then what I like to do is make it to where it has like an outline around it, and then come over here to transparency and make it 100% transparent, so then you just have the outline of the box that you just made. So as you can see, that's above 5. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 participants. And then below it, you would have 11, like you expect. And that's pretty much it with doing a scatter plot for homogeneity. Basically, what you'll do is you'll just copy and paste this into a PowerPoint or a Google slide, and then you're going to share that with Dr. Tome or whatever professor. And yeah, and if the groupings, sometimes you won't have enough people up here. It just kind of depends on what your study calls for. So now we're going to looking at a correlation. So we're going to do another insert of graph. We're going to do another scatter plot. But this time we're going to select the data, but this time instead of doing participants, we're going to add, so we're going to do our PSQI versus our delta elapsed time. And we're trying to see if there's a trend. So we'll click OK. We're going to name it PSQI S2 versus elapsed time. And now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add our axes titles. So our y-axis was the time, and our x-axis was our PSQI score. And we're also going to add our legend to the right. We're going to add data labels to the left. And we're actually going to add a trend line this time. Linear, just see if there's anything. So now to get the equation going, you were going to go over here to trendline options. You're going to do display equation on chart, and we're going to want the R squared. So just looking at this, there's not really a relationship. This is just more of an example. But that's helpful information for when you present this. You're also going to do your descriptives over, so you're going to insert text box over here. So mean, so PSQI mean equals 4.0667. Our standard deviation equals 1.7915. And then our time mean is equal to 17.472, and our standard deviation equals 15.466, rounding up. So basically, now it's pretty much ready to present. You can copy and paste it, put it in a PowerPoint, put it in a Google slide, and you're ready to go. So that is it for Excel and data analysis of self-report, or really any data you want. And I hope this helps. Thanks.